Hello, this is Alec Kerr, the film critic for the Conway Daily Sun, and I realize, YouTube and my few regular viewers, that it's been a while since I posted a video. Part of the reason is because my computer died on me, and I didn't get it back for a couple weeks. It has been resurrected, so I kind of have a zombie computer right now. It's back from the dead. So I'm now back. I'm going to be trying to do regular videos again. I just saw The Men That Stare at Goats, and it was a lot of fun. It was a really funny film. The basic premise of the film is that there was a special branch of the military that was created in the early 80s that trained psychic warriors, Jedi warriors, and a journalist played by Ewan McGregor has stumbled upon this and kind of goes on a special mission with a reactivated one of these warriors played by George Clooney. And we get to see through flashbacks his training under Jeff Bridges, kind of reprising his Big Lebowski persona, and the kind of confrontations that happened between him and Kevin Spacey, who hasn't really been doing much lately because he's been focusing on running the Old Vic Theatre in London. But he gives a really great performance here. It's a smaller role, but he brings that kind of edgy, kind of idiosyncratic line delivery that he always does, and he's kind of a bit of a prick in this, but you know, he does that well. And even though he doesn't get top billing, the real star here is Ewan McGregor. We're kind of seeing this through his eyes. He is the narrator, so he's our point of entry into this world of psychic warriors. And even his casting is kind of a wink to the audience with all this talk of being Jedi warriors. Obviously, he played Obi-Wan Kenobi in the Star Wars prequel. So right there, that's kind of a nice little laugh. And that's what's kind of great about Ewan McGregor here is that Ewan McGregor really is a fine comedic actor, but he hasn't really done it recently. He's a real offbeat, kind of different kind of comic persona that he has, and he hasn't really showcased it since the movies he did with Danny Boyle like Shallow Grave and Trainspotting, or even a Life Less Ordinary. He hasn't really showed off his kind of offbeat line delivery. I mean, they crop up. Obviously, he was able to put some interesting spin on his lines in Star Wars. It made them a lot better than they deserve to be. But he's been more focused on kind of doing heavy acting, so it was nice to see him kind of give a nice comedic performance again, and he's very funny here, as is George Clooney. George Clooney just seems to be really drawn to strong material. He seeks out, he's the producer on this film, and he just seems to seek out this really strong, non-mainstream material, and it's great that he actually does that he takes his star power and puts it behind movies that are thoughtful, unique, and you know, and challenging. And this isn't like, you know, as challenging as something like Michael Clayton or anything like that. But it's different. And in a world of film where so much that gets put out is just assembly line cookie cutter, it's nice to see something different. I really don't want to get into too much of the film because a lot of it just needs to be experienced, but there's some very funny lines here. And everybody plays it straight, which makes it so much funnier. There's no kind of like wink wink nudge nudge say no more kind of thing going on here. This is presented as if it was real, and it's based on a true story, and so there really was this branch of the military, and so it was the right choice to play it straight because, you know, I'm not sure how much of this movie was true. It was based on a book by a reporter that's the basis for Ewan McGregor's character. And so I don't know what kind of liberties what kind of liberties they took, but in the movie it says, you know, more of this is true than you'd believe. And which just seems to make it even, you know, more outrageous that you're thinking, oh my, this is actually true to some degree. So yeah, definitely worth checking out. Anyway, so this is Alec, and keep watching.